Yo, what's going on with y'all? It's your boy Money Making Marlo in the cut. You know what I'm saying? I'm in a different city. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can see the scenery behind me. I got a special guest with me here today. Let the people know who you are.
Hey man, y'all talking to the most wanted from Calgary. I go by the name of AYKAYANN. My close friends call me Ken or Can, but y'all can call me Ken.
Okay, Mr. Ken. Before I get into any type of questions, you know what I'm saying? What I like to ask is, what's your week been, bro? How you been? How you feeling? What's going on?
Man, it's been a crazy week. It's been busy. You know, a lot of people in the city are collaborating on projects, and I'm glad to be a part of it. So like right now, it's a very collaborative time for the city.
Okay,
this week especially.
If I could speak on it, what type of collabs are coming? If we could speak on it.
Okay,
speak on the ones you could speak on.
All right, the ones that I can speak on right now are collaborative projects with rappers. Right, we have music videos coming out. So for people that are waiting for music from Calgary, there's videos coming out as well as like full EPs and albums as well. So be ready for all of that. Honestly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how's your week been? Like work wise, what's your week been like? Has it been busy? Has it been slow? What's it been like?
I've been in a very like introspective state right now. Like I've been looking at things that I want to do in the future, especially with my career, especially like I've gone more into my filming bag. You know, I've been dabbling with editing as well, like editing software. So I've been really just like in tune with myself right now, trying to better myself at those crafts right now, since they're more on the back burner for me.
Okay. Yeah. Any close relations you have with people that help you do what you do?
Oh yeah, 100%, man. I gotta give all shout outs to, first of all, my mom. She's my number one fan.
Of course, the Dukes, of course.
Right? Yeah. And then like, man, I gotta give a shout out to my boys, like the Bozo boys, man. They've been there since the beginning. Even if we don't
gotta further elaborate on who they are. My fault. You gotta further, cause like this is like an E-Town podcast, so you gotta like, who are those guys?
All right, so if y'all don't know about the Bozo boys, the B boys, it's just a group out of Calgary. You know, it's a creative group. We do a lot of clothing as well as media stuff as well. We do a lot of fashion videos, and there's a lot of it's turning more now into the production side. We're turning more into a media thing. But definitely have to shout out those guys, because they've been with me since the start, and like they've always known my vision. And even if I didn't fully like articulate my vision to them, they always were there for me. You know, they always helped and shit.
Okay. How did that group start out?
Well, it's a funny story actually. Like the group actually started out from a party that we were at. It was just a couple of my friends, and we were just having fun. You know, we were in this room, and the head honcho, Dylan, like that's my guy. He just said this thing. He said, "Is a bizza," and everyone's like, "Yo, what?" And then after that moment, it just became like a lifestyle. We just started saying bizza lifestyle. You know, like niggas would like either like link up with girls or go have fun or like go make music or like, you know, like do like city shit, like city boy shit, you know, like, and then it snowballed, and it turned into us like coming together and making a clothing brand. Shout out to Ice Morris, by the way. That's the creative guy, like 100%. Like all of us have our own roles in that, respectfully, but like it's something for the city that like a lot of people are looking to right now and being like, that's a great model to work off of.
Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah.
So Calgary, you think Calgary has more of a scenery than E-Town? You've been to E-Town, right?
Yeah.
Have you been there?
I've been to E-Town.
What do you think Calgary has that we don't have?
I'll say this about Calgary compared to Edmonton. Calgary has a little bit more of a established like name. Edmonton has more of the people. And I can say that confidently. Like I can look at the studios out there. I can look at Money Making Marlo. I can look at Forever Friday. I can look at all these guys, right? You guys are doing your thing respectfully in Edmonton, but in Calgary, I could say that like we have the name to the point where like people will come here and be like, why are people like saying Edmonton's better? It's like, no, it's really not. Like Calgary is where it's at, but like people do question it, because right, like you don't get concerts here. You don't get the big Drake concerts. You don't get the big Future concerts. They all go to Edmonton, right? And that's where all the connections get made, up in Edmonton. You don't go here to make the connections, but like this city definitely has a name. Like there's people from here going out to Vancouver, going out to Toronto, even up in Edmonton doing their thing. Yeah.
Sheesh. Cause like, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna keep it 100. The only time I ever hear about Calgary is the stampede.
Yeah.
I'm not even 100% sure what that is either. I just know it's like some hillbilly shit.
It's 100%. It's the most like cowtown like festival with like a rodeo and all that, like the rides and all that. Like,
Yeah.
it's very much the culture of the city. But I would say like in a sense, the stampede is something that is Calgary's own. Edmonton doesn't really have its own thing yet. The identity is still like brewing, you know, and it's very much hip hop in Edmonton. It's not very hip hop in Calgary, right?
Yeah, that's what I was
Everything hip
noticing.
hop stays in Edmonton, so it's like Calgary's developing in the same way, just a little bit, you know, at a slower pace, right?
So you're saying, for more music industry, like E-Town's a better city to be at when it comes to that.
I would say 100%. If you want to go there and make some connections, link up with artists, and even have the opportunity to go in a real studio and, you know, see a real mixer board and be around A&Rs and all these types of people in the actual like scene, Edmonton's the place to go.
Okay.
Especially if you're in Alberta. 100%.
Real quick, kind of off topic.
Yeah.
So how does Calgary work? Is there a north side, south side, west side? Do y'all call it that?
There's coordinates. It's a little bit different than Edmonton. So I know Edmonton works like Vancouver, where it's like north, south, east, west. Here we do like four quadrants. There's the northeast. That's basically like kind of like I would say the Surrey type of vibe.
Yeah.
It's like
The Brown Boys.
the hood. Yeah, like the Brown Boys all
Yeah,
live there,
yeah,
you know.
yeah.
And then like there's the southeast, the southwest, the northwest, and like all those places are more like posh, richer people and stuff. But, like, Calgary's like a little. It's like it's divided up in a way that like you don't see anywhere else in Canada, because every other major city is built like that, right?
Okay.
North, south, west, east.
Because that's what I was thinking. Because E-Town is like north side. That's where the crazy niggas are.
Yeah.
North side. That's where you catch the Mollies, the Ethiopians, the Pseudos, everything.
Yeah.
West side is just somewhat rich kids. You know what I'm saying? There's white, blacks, Filipinos. That's where you just catch all the racially diverse. South side is just straight Ethiopians, Somalis. And east, that's like Sherwood Park. Nobody lives there. If you live there, you're rich.
Yeah.
You're rich. We don't really count that, you know?
Yeah.
So, what do you do? What do you do?
Well, for me, I go by a philanthropist. I 100%. I'm authentically an entrepreneur. I always, even as a kid, I've always tried to see opportunities where I could come and make a change and make a help and try to make like some type of gain off of it for myself. As of right now, I'm very deep into producing. I've been making beats. I've been mixing and mastering as well. I'm very much into music 100%. If I can even be a part of a music video to help, or even be in it, or even to just help with the planning or with the creative direction, anything like that has been pretty much what I've been either making money off of, or at least like furthering myself with. So like I've been really focusing on music. As of right now though, like I've been doing a lot of music videos, and if you guys don't know right now, you can go check out the Dozy music video. It's called Rollin', and it's featuring Calibrate.
Okay. Yeah. Another Calgary dude?
That's actually an artist. I think he's from LA or something. I don't know how we linked up with
US.
him, but yeah, like Dozy got the feature, and then he came to us with the song.
No way.
And we got the video out. And yeah.
How'd this nigga find out about Calgary?
I don't know. I think Dozy has like a couple connections, because he is in and out of Houston. He also went to school up in Nova Scotia, Dalhousie.
Nova Scotia.
Yeah, so like he's like a scholar. He's a very smart guy. Like,
yeah.
He's very much like a school first type of guy, and like having him around, like he's a very business oriented music guy. He's not the type of guy that'll just put music out to put music out, and that's the type of people that like Dozy keeps around, and like the type of people that I keep around as well. And like, in Calgary, especially right now, that's something that you need, because there's a lot of artists that are either just like doing it to have fun, which there's nothing wrong with, right? Or just doing it to like, you know, have something to show. But artists like myself or Dozy or the Bizza Boys, we're really out here trying to make a name for ourselves.
Okay. Do you ever go out looking for talent? Like, let's say you go to a club, you go to a jam, and Lil Baby comes on and the nigga's rapping to it, or you know what I'm saying, he just sounds nice. You ever like, yo, let me get you in the studio real quick? Have you ever caught yourself doing something like that?
I have caught myself in situations where I've been in the studio. I have my own studio. It's called Traffic in the Mountains.
Okay.
And
in the city?
In the city, yeah.
What side is that? Northeast?
Northeast.
Oh, okay.
Northeast.
Oh, Northeast. That's your side.
Yeah, that's
your
where
side.
everybody stays.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But yeah, like I'll have people there that are just basically like chilling and stuff, right? They'll be riding for their homie, or they'll be like freestyling, and I'll be like, yo, you need to hop in the booth, you know, like. And I'll always get the reaction of, this was so fun, from like people that have never done it or that have done it and not really like dabbled into it that much. And it just, that kind of brings the joy out of it for me, just to actually like find artists, because that's super fun at the same time. Just like even like scrolling through your feed and like popping up on like some new kid from like South Calgary, being like, damn, like he really has talent, you know. Like, it's something beautiful to see. 100%.
It's crazy, like, because that's you having faith in someone that on the talent they don't even know about. Because that's how Young Thug gave us Lil Baby and Gunna. And Lil Baby, like, how'd the story go? I forgot how. It was some like, Baby didn't want to go to the studio at all. He didn't believe in himself. But Young Thug paid him to come. And now look where he's at. You know, so for you to have faith in someone like that, you just never know. The next talent might be right here. You know what I'm saying? You just never know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you said your booth or your studio is out the Northeast, right?
Out in the Northeast, yeah.
When you mix for other people, does it come with a charge? Is it for free? Or do you do it out of love? How does that work?
Well, for me, I just do it mostly off of like the energy in the room, right? Like if it's a song that I'm not rocking with, or an artist that like, you know, I can't really see eye to eye with, I'll work with them because it's business. But like you work with people that you don't like in business. But if I don't,
that's real shit.
Yeah,
that's real shit.
100%. But if I don't see like my creative outlook or anything like really being pushed to my standards on the project that I'm working on, I'll usually charge. But straight up out of love, like if my nigga's freestyling like right beside me and it's hard, like I'll tell him, get in the fucking booth, bro.
Get in, my nigga.
Get in there, you know, like it's on me type of thing. Yeah.
Okay, those are good times. Now tell me, what was the worst experience you had? Like what went down for it to be the worst? With the guy being cheap? Was his bars just straight ass? Like what happened? What was it like?
You know, I'll say this, when I first started out with my studio, a lot of people thought it would be free, right? And I got all this equipment myself. I had to, you know, pay for it all myself. I have to also, you know, make that money back as well. So I would say like the worst time was right at the beginning. It was really a grind just to get people to actually want to pay, or actually want to even, especially when you have no product out, right? You just have a mic and an interface. Who's gonna come to you to record and pay?
Yeah, they won't take you serious,
right? So it was very much the hardest part about it, and the most difficult part was building the brand. Yeah, to, you know, really get people to vouch for me or even believe in me to take their project to the next level.
How long do you think it took for people to start like believing in you? Like, yo, you know that guy can't. Yeah, the one with the studio. Like, how long did it take for you to get that? Yo, the guy with the studio, right? Like that type of, you know what I'm saying?
I would say right around last year, around this time last year was probably the most recognized I've been for what I've done. Like, even in the past year, people have been seeing me change and evolve into this media guy, right? But coming from music and coming from a fashion background and, you know, video background, people really like appreciated what I was doing. And it motivated me in a way to just keep going and like change it up, because like there's one thing about me, I really don't like being having expected moves. I just kind of like dropping randomly. Like people will drop songs traditionally on a Thursday night, but I'll drop one on like a Wednesday afternoon, you know. And it's just, I want to have that surprise aspect to everything that I drop, and it makes it all easier for me.
Okay. Yeah. So COVID, did COVID play an effect? Because I like asking everybody this, because like for some people COVID was a blessing in disguise. Like some feel like they wouldn't be where they are right now if it weren't for COVID, if 100%. It weren't for them being home all the time. What role did COVID play for you?
I would say COVID had like a love-hate I had a love-hate relationship with COVID. Pre-COVID, the Biz Boys and us, we had an office up in downtown. We were doing well for ourselves, and, you know, COVID came along and business started slowing down. You know, you can't get as many people in. We were actually just starting up a new show at the time called In the Spotlight. Wow. It was going really well, and we had guests line up and stuff. But then the regulations came out, and it really bit us in the ass. But at the same time, it made us all reinvent ourselves
Mm.
in a way. Yeah.
So you started finding yourself.
Yeah.
You feel like.
100%. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So do you feel like COVID was a blessing in disguise?
I would say so. Yeah.
You would say so? Because that's the same thing with me. I was considered essential where I worked at.
Mm-hmm.
So I was always at work.
Yeah.
But going into 2021, because I started doing this January of this year,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying? I told myself, like, yo, I want to start something new. I want to find a way to get my name out there, to be known by people in Calgary, Van City, Toronto.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, a lot of people, I can name you a few people doing podcasts,
Yeah.
but nobody doing podcasts the way I'm doing it.
100%.
Going over here to talk to him and her, this and that. Like, I think I'm outside when it comes to this type of shit.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
niggas actually drove 2 hours out the city to come
man.
talk to you. We could have done it through the phone, but
We could have.
But it's like, I like the face to face.
Mhm.
On the phone, it could be whatever. Face to face, the eye contact, the everything's just real.
It's all there.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Have you had a point where someone called you to come to Cal or come to E-Town, like, yo, I like your shit. Can you mix something for me in the city or anything like that?
You know, I've had a couple instances where I've met people in Calgary from other cities, and they've told me to come to their studios in other respective cities like Montreal and Vancouver.
Montreal, sheesh.
Yeah, but as of right now, I don't know. Like, I'm very much in the mode of like building my city and building our province, especially Edmonton as well, right?
So you got faith in your city.
I 100% have faith in this city, like, and like everyone here knows that we have something coming.
Ah,
100%.
wow. You got faith. Because, like, I'm the same type of way. Whenever I talk to certain shorties, they're like, yo, nothing's going on in E-Town. It's dead city.
I know, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
I'd rather be in the States. But, like, yo, it's really who you hang with that makes the city lit. You know what I'm saying? Or, like,
100%.
the type of thought you have behind your own city. Me, I'm the type of nigga, no matter what you're doing, if you're doing something that, like, excites you, if you get excited to wake up tomorrow morning because you get to do that thing, I'm behind you 110%.
Yeah.
No matter what it is, clothing, whatever you're doing, I'm behind you 110.
Yeah.
And sometimes some people just need to hear that motivation to keep doing what they're doing. You know?
Tell them, man. Tell them.
What are some of the talents you've been seeing in the city besides like rapping and stuff?
Oh man,
What's been going on here in Calgary?
There's a ton of stuff. You know, I really be on Instagram all the time. If you guys don't know my Instagram, it's AYKAYANN, spelled AYKAYIAN. But I just be scrolling, man. There's this little kid. He's like a soccer star right now. Maybe about like, he's the same age as my younger brother, maybe a year or two older.
Yeah.
I'm like looking at his Instagram. He's doing like crazy drills, and like there's this other girl too. I think she's from the north side of Calgary, but she's going to uni and she's actually becoming an astronaut and stuff. And
Astronaut.
there's a bunch of
What
people
the
doing
fuck?
like crazy stuff, right? And
Yeah.
I'm just like, wow, like it puts things into perspective for me that like everyone has their, you know, their camp. Everyone has their like their group, you know, and like Calgary's
Wow.
very cool in that sense where like every single group maybe isn't necessarily shown in the limelight, but you'll see it 100%.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's fast forward a few years. Let's talk about 8-9 years in the future. Let's say you get up to where you want to be. You got like 9 different sources of income. Before you wake up, you made $1 million. Like, you're just making crazy bread. How do you plan on giving back to your city?
I plan on giving back to my city with I want to say this right because I actually have plans too, right? The high school that I went to was in a low-income neighborhood. I never grew up in the Northeast. I actually grew up in a rougher part of the city. And I had a lot of friends that passed away due to like gun violence,
Sheesh.
things like that.
Yeah, Calgary's not playing, bro.
Calgary's-
Just the other
especially
day.
this week, yeah.
Just the other day, RIP, like, not to get off topic again, but that guy who was
John Smith.
helping the girls out, and then that's crazy. The fact that you're harassing females, period, another nigga comes in to help and you kill him, you're evil, bro. There's a
Yeah.
special place in hell for niggas like that. You know what I'm saying?
It's totally wicked what happened and like what has been happening in our city for years and years and years, right? But for me personally, I want to like give kids in those neighborhoods incentives and awards named after these like fallen like people before them.
Fallen soldiers.
You know what I mean? Like the school that I went to was very much an athletic school. Like everything was banked off the basketball program. No money was coming in unless it was from the basketball program, and the rest of the kids in that school never got to see the money coming in just like the basketball players. And I really want to go in and like help those kids out, like, because the dance program is, especially at the high school that I went to, was, and it still is, one of the most elite programs in the whole province.
What's the school?
Father Lacombe.
Bro, the blue jerseys.
The lasers.
We play y'all, bro. You
Yeah.
niggas get whooped by us all the time.
Hey, man. Yo, what school you talking?
JP.
JP.
Jasper Place.
Oh, yeah. Y'all
Jasper
were
Place
raw.
High School.
Y'all were
Father
raw.
Lacombe. Yeah, the bright blue jerseys.
Yeah. The
No
laser
way.
blue. Yeah.
Nah, the jerseys go hard.
The jerseys, man, we got like 4 different jerseys, man.
No
Like I
way.
said, the money all goes to the basketball program there.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, right, like, all those fallen people, like, they were people that were close to me. They were on teams with me. They grew up in the same neighborhood with me. They balled with me when I was in junior high and shit.
Wow. Now that I think about it, there was a dude. There was a YYC basketball account. He did a crazy dunk. Like, they passed away. I can't remember.
It was Quan. He had a game winner.
And was it him that passed away? There's
Him.
someone I met now. It's coming to me slowly.
It was 2 players. They played with me on my senior team
Wow.
last year. Or not last year, but my last year in
What
high
a
school.
small world, bro.
Yeah, those 2, they passed away.
And that was all over the
Literally
city.
a block
bro.
away from the school.
Wow. And they was chilling in a car.
Yeah.
And then
And they got bucked at, and they were left in the car overnight.
throughout night.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. Okay, it's coming to me. I remember it was snowy. It was I remember I was reading.
It was New Year's Day.
Yeah.
I think.
Okay, we're talking about the same one. They were both chilling in a whip. People couldn't tell if the car was just left running
Yeah.
because the windows was hella tinted and shit.
Yeah.
Bro, I was reading up on that. I'm like, wow. I thought E-Town was crazy, but Calgary got it just as bad.
Calgary, it's very, like, people don't realize how interconnected Edmonton and Calgary are, especially when it comes to, like, organized crime as well. Like, I grew up around that. I know about that 100%, but, like, people have to realize, like, especially with the violence, like, this is not a city to play with. Edmonton's not a city to play
Yup.
with.
Mhm.
You really gotta, like, watch yourself 100% and watch who you surround yourself with.
What are some of the blocks here in, like, is it Sea-Town? What do y'all
Okay, well,
Calgary? Do y'all say Sea-Town?
We call it, well, the international name would be Cowtown.
Cowtown.
That's what people call it,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
But everyone from the east side of the city would call this Flame City.
Flames. Oh, Calgary Flames. Yeah.
Flames, that's where it
Wow.
comes from, yeah.
But like,
And,
what are the blocks like you gotta watch out for? You just don't go through.
Well, if you're really coming through the city, I would say watch out for Forest Lawn 100%. Dover. Those 2 blocks.
Bro.
They're adjacent to each other. This is Forest Lawn.
Yeah.
This is Dover, and they're right beside each other. So, like, if you're anywhere near 17th in the southeast, like,
Yeah.
stay closer to the busier roads. Don't
You wanna know
turn
what's
down the
crazy?
alley. Don't turn down a road you don't know. You know,
Wanna know what's crazy? I got a homie named Dover Boy,
Dover boy.
and he's
Hey.
from here, and he told me he got the name cause he's from the block Dover.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm like, what? And now
Yeah.
that you said, I'm like, yo, he's not lying. That's a real area.
100%. Like, that's the place with all, like, the most, like, scariest. Like, if you want to go and see someone
Niggas
scary,
don't
go
play.
to Dover.
Niggas don't play over there.
Yeah, no cap.
Wow. Oh shit. What's your background? Cause I'm
Well,
saying, is this pseudo?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. I know
Most of my
pseudos when I
parents-
see pseudos.
100%. Edmonton's got bare pseudos. I got
Yeah.
cousins up in there
Yeah.
too. Yo, like,
Them pseudo-
Edmonton's family, bro. Like, I grew up in Calgary my whole life. Lived
Born
in
and raised?
Vancouver. Well, no. I actually was born in Egypt.
Wow.
Moved out here when I was a year old. Lived in Calgary up until my senior year of high school, and then I moved out to Vancouver and came back. Now I'm here doing my thing.
Okay. You here with fam, or you living with the homies?
I'm here with family right now. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's just like, it's a great time. Like, I've been away from my family for 2 years almost now, so like, it's good to have them back. My sister came back now too, so she's
Okay.
here and
Okay.
everything.
So overall, where would you? So you talked about how you would like to give back to the city. You know what I'm saying? What's your overall goal with this whole thing?
Well, my overall goal is to put the money back into the kids' hands and give them the responsibility to choose what happens with that money, because especially with the schools in the area that I grew up in, it's very corrupt. There was a big headline that came out with the principals. They were laundering money through the school.
The principals.
The principals, yes.
Sheesh.
They were also, like, shaving money off of, like, different programs, like the chess club or the video game club. They would take money from them and, like, keep it for their own personal gain.
Yeah.
And, like, that was something that, like, I went through high school not knowing about, you know? Like, I was wondering why, like, damn, why isn't there extra juice boxes in the one room where you're supposed to get juice boxes? And it's because the principals, you know, are taking the money from the kids. And that's just, I'm really passionate about the area I grew up in. Those kids are just like me, you know? They came from nothing, and they always have something to prove.
Yo, I would never expect this area to be grimy like that.
It's swept under the rug 100%.
Wow.
Calgary's looked at as a very clean city around the world.
Because,
but
bro,
it's not.
As soon as I touched down, I was talking to a homie on the phone, and I'm like, yo, Calgary just... No, that was you. I said that to you. I was like, Calgary just looks like a cleaner E-town.
It literally, like, it looks the exact same. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because, bro, I'm looking like, yo, the buildings are much more shinier. Because, you know, things like this, when you're from a certain city and you come to another city, you look at everything.
Yeah,
your
you
city,
pay attention to the details.
The little thing. I'm like, bro, your traffic lights are brighter, more bold. Like, you know what I'm saying? I just look at everything.
Yeah.
Wow. Sheesh. Have you ever been to the Stampede?
I go pretty much every single year, yeah.
What do you do at the Stampede? What is there to do?
Well, if you're a man like me, or if you're a man like from the east side, you're really going there to talk to shorties.
But don't it just be white shorties?
Nah.
Oh, everybody's there.
Don't play like that. It's a world-class event. You know what I'm saying? You got girls from Dallas, Texas. You got girls from Van City, Toronto, everywhere pulling up.
Wow.
Everywhere.
When's Stampede?
It's usually the first or second week of July.
Oh, it already happened.
So, yeah, it already happened
next year. Oh, because if it's like that, I'm like, nigga, I got to pull up, bro.
No, like, 100% you have to pull up because, like, they'll have, like, little tents and stuff where it's, like, they'll turn into clubs and, like, there's after parties and there's pre-drinking and there's all this stuff happening.
How much is it to get in?
I think there's a $20 flat fee to get in, right? And then, like, once you get in, there's way too much to do. Like, you're like overwhelmed with the shit you could do. You know?
I got a homie that came here. I called him out. I'm like, yo, what you doing? Because I could hear that he was on the road. He's like, I'm going to Calgary for the Stampede. I'm like, what the fuck? For what?
Yeah.
Like, bro, the shorties, everything. I'm like, because this nigga, he has a reputation of playing too much. Like, he jokes around. So, but now that you're telling me there's shorties, I'm like, wow, maybe there really is.
100%. Like, you would, like, I don't blame you for thinking that it's just white girls, right? Because it's a rodeo show. Like, that's their scene, right?
Yeah.
But it's so beautiful. Like people that you wouldn't see in the city that you would just see maybe on Instagram will actually be there, and you'll be like, what? Like, you're not dressed in the cowboy hat and like boots and shit. You're dressed in like how you dress on a regular day. Like, it's just a normal day out here. And like, Stampede's that one time where everyone comes out, you know?
Everybody comes out.
Everybody
For
shows
us,
out.
That's what is it called? Like K-Days. Klondike Days.
Yeah.
Is it Klondike? Have you ever been to it?
I've heard of K-Days, yeah.
Yeah,
100%.
but you never been to it.
No, like one year I went to Edmonton to see my cousins, and I came like 2 days after, so I was really cheesed about
K-Days,
that.
K-Days is one of those spots. It's fun or can not be fun. It's really up to the shooters.
Okay. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because there are niggas that come and just ruin it for everybody.
Yeah.
The other day, or not the other day, I think 2 summers ago, there's some niggas you look at, they post up in the corner just doing this the whole time. And you know them niggas are the troublemakers. And it's like, if it's not for them niggas, it's fun. You know what I'm saying? It's a spot I'd recommend you to check. Obviously, be safe about it, but I recommend you to check it out.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? Fuck, hold on.
You just gotta
go ahead. What was he saying?
Yeah. So oh, sorry, I have to.
It was about K-Days. I was like, yo, you should pull up. K-Days is a spot like you should actually check out.
100%.
You know what I'm saying?
I've heard great things about K-Days, and like that's like almost like the P&E in Vancouver, right? Where like you get all the rides, you get all the games and stuff. You could go take a girl on a little date and all that, you know, like 100%. Like Edmonton, like they have K-Days is pretty much the exact same thing as Stampede, just without the rodeo.
Stampede sounds like it's way more lit though.
It
sounds
like
it's crazier,
sense, right? But like you would think that it's much more lit, but it probably isn't that much more lit.
Yeah, I definitely gotta check it out.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure the same rides go to Edmonton, right?
No, yeah. There's always people coming from here up
midway,
there,
right?
and it's all
so it's all the same rides.
Okay. What are the shorties here like?
Man, they're sweet, bro. You know, you got this is an international city. You got
sir.
Filipinas, you got the Latinas, you got the sweet, you know, sweet, the black shorties. You know, you got the motherfucking white shorties. You got everything here, bro.
Oh, shit.
The city's on lock, especially with the Indian shorties, bro. I'm in the Northeast with it, bro. So you know I got that shit on lock.
Bro, you gotta show me around that, nigga. I'm trying to see some.
100%, yo.
Fuck. But yeah, so overall, Calgary, like, I Like me, I'm coming from an ignorant point of view. I really didn't think Calgary had that much going on.
Yeah.
And see, this is why I like coming in like live and direct. Because if this was through the phone, you telling me this, it'd just be one thing. Like,
Yeah.
But actually being here and like smelling it and feeling, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Seeing everything, I'm like, damn, this is a pretty city, yo.
Yeah, 100%. I'm proud of the way the city's been moving, especially with the past 5 years. Because like everyone's actually like, especially with like things like this podcast, right? People are starting to do their own thing. Maybe not as good as Marlo right now.
Come
right?
on now.
But they're just starting, and they're starting to do their thing, and it's crazy. But I actually have a question for you.
What's
like,
up?
Where do you plan on like taking the whole podcast, media, whole entertainment thing?
Me, I want to get to a point where I would love to be a household name. Like, how do I put it? Yo, y'all know about Ken? Nah. Do you want to know about him? Yeah, I want to know about him. Okay, I got this podcast. This podcast tells you where he's from, what he does. I want my podcast to be that type where I interview so many people where someone that don't know anything about you would be like, okay, let me see if Marlo talked to him to see what I could learn about him. I want this to be like, how do I put it out there?
You're
Wikipedia, Google of people live and direct.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? Like how Breakfast Club is. Breakfast Club. Have you heard of 85 South Show?
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Come on, bro. Those are the type of niggas. But at the same time, I want to be fun. I want to be like example how Shorty walked in and out. I'm not going to cut that out. I'm going to keep it in. I like to keep everything raw. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
But I just want to get my city known. I want travelers to come in from one spot and be like, yo, let's check out E-Town. This Marlo guy been talking about how crazy E-Town is. Let's see what E-Town's about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I just want to be a household name. Eventually. It could be tomorrow. It could be next year. It could be whenever.
Respectfully, keep putting that work and it's going to happen, man. Especially with what you're doing right now. I can respectfully say that Marlo's going to be somebody one day.
Come on now. My
100%.
fucking... Bro, this shit, I just love doing it because me, the way I look at myself, I like talking to other people. I like being social. Yeah. And what best way to be social than to have a podcast? Because a podcast, you got no choice but to be social. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you're getting to know. Another thing is, me, I like to watch people's body language. Like, that's why when I'm talking to someone, I dead look. Yeah. Because your body language is everything. I could tell if you're 90%
of what you're saying.
Everything. Yeah. I could tell if the things you're saying, if you really mean it. Like, example, when you was talking about giving back to your community, I could tell from the way you're talking, you mean that shit. Yeah. Like, you'll die behind that shit.
100%.
Body language is everything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But besides that, is there anything else you'd like to ask me?
Man, I really want to ask about like the Edmonton whole entertainment scene, because just from the outside looking in, I'm going to be very honest here, 100%.
Go ahead.
I'm very jealous.
You're jealous?
What you guys have in Edmonton. Like, you guys have it seems very established scene.
Let me tell you something. With our entertainment world, like when it comes to the filmmakers, the rappers, this and that, everyone is taking what they're doing serious. And like, let's say you don't even know the person. Nobody has time, from what I know, nobody has time to hate on the next man. If you're hating on the next man, what are you doing? What are you doing that's making you better than him? Everyone that's in the entertainment world all knows of each other. Anyone that's making clothing. And the thing that I love, we all find ways to help each other. Example, let's say I go crazy with this podcast thing. You need a studio. Yeah. You'd hit me up. Yo, Marlo, bro, I need a studio real bad. I was wondering, bro, come on, hurry up. Come in. Yeah. I could give you 2 hours, but after 2 hours, you got to be out. Everybody just has love, bro. Yeah. And another thing that I like is every time, or most of the time I go out, people don't know my name, but they know I'm that guy with the podcast. Yeah. They come up to me, they're like, Marlo, right? I'm like, yeah, what's good? Bro, I love your podcast. I'm like, what? Yeah, what? Yo, when niggas come up to me, I had this dread-headed nigga. Bro, his dress was down to his knees. Damn. Came up to me. And the way he was coming, bro, he's lurking in the back. And me, I'm a on point type of nigga. Like, when he was looking at me and he came up to me, I'm pulling out my pants. Because you don't know, bro.
You don't know,
bro,
exactly.
This nigga's dress is down to his knees. Bro, so niggas coming up to me. This is at a club called, it's Beercade. Beercade is like, niggas will diss you for going to Beercade. Because Beercade is like white shorties, white niggas. Okay. What is a dark skin doing at Beercade? Dark skin dreadheaded nigga doing at Beercade. Yeah. You know? But anyways, I was at Beercade. And I see this nigga walking up to me. So I kind of get ready because I don't know what this nigga's on. Yeah. And he comes up to me. He brings out his hand. I'm like, oh. I'm like, all right, what's good? Damn. Marlo, right? I'm like, yeah. Bro, I love your podcast. No way. And he's just talking to me. And then I ask him, because when people say that to me, I ask him, what's your favorite episode to see if they
Yeah,
really
they
listening.
fuck with you, yeah.
Bro, this nigga, I cannot lie to you. This nigga said, episode 31, you interviewed this person, and I love when you said this. I'm like, whoa, this
Yeah.
nigga's actually listening, and he's talking to me. He's like, another thing I love doing when people come up to me and say they love my shit is, what do you think I should work on? What did I do that you wouldn't do? What did I do that you didn't like? Like, let me know, because who knows? The next person might be thinking the same thing, and you might have helped that out, you know?
Yeah.
I always like to tell or ask people, what do you think I'm doing wrong that I could work on? And then they're always honest. Sometimes you're too close to the mic. Sometimes you're too far to the mic. That's why I try to be like this, evenly away from the mic, because some niggas are saying there's times they listening, and they have to throw the headphone out because I just get loud as shit randomly.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And bro, it's just love. The city's just all love. You got 1-2 niggas I'll hate, but what's the world without haters, bro?
Yeah, man.
You know
You're
what I'm
not doing
saying?
something right if you don't got haters, right?
Straight like that. But yeah, E-Town is a good place to, whatever you're doing, I promise you'll have people showing you love. And there'll always be people that won't be afraid to come up to you and tell you, I love what you're doing. If I were you, I'd want you to do this. Now it's up to you on how you take that
You can take it as an
constructive
insult
criticism.
or, yeah.
I looked at it as just them trying to shape you up.
Mhm.
You know? But yeah, beautiful city, lovely city. Niggas are showing love. It's a
Yeah.
good city, bro. Don't let the shorties tell you, yo, it's a boring city. Don't let them get to you.
They especially on Twitter, right? Because I be on Edmonton Twitter all the time. Like, y'all shorties talk wild about your city. Like,
all the time. Yo, fuck the niggas in the city.
What was that?
The niggas are dirty. The niggas are and it's like, bro, what makes you better than us? Like, the shorties are the same as
you're
us.
from Edmonton too,
Yeah,
right?
like, you're talking crazy about your own city. What does that make you? Like, I could literally give you 5 people right now that just hates the city. I
Yeah.
couldn't tell you why, but they just do.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But overall, 10 out of 10. Beautiful city. Just like,
100%.
I haven't even really fully experienced Calgary, but just like, I'm just liking the vibe already.
100%.
You know what I'm saying?
This is a city where, like, you'll get a little bit of Edmonton, 100%. And you'll get a little bit of everywhere else. And that's why, like, I feel like, in a sense, Calgary's not on the map yet. Edmonton's even more on the map, right? Because you guys have that, even in the entertainment
We got Forever
industry.
Bro, we got Alfonso Davies, Forever Friday.
Levi Dane, y'all got, like...
Whoa,
you got
okay.
bare
This nigga
people in
knows
Edmonton.
people. Okay,
Yeah,
you
like,
know people.
Y'all got
Okay,
bare
okay.
artists up in Edmonton, 100%.
But that's all I got to ask. Let the people know where they could find you.
Hey, man, if y'all want to find me, like, I got a YouTube channel. It goes by...
Let them know.
Ken CGY, spelled twice, so Ken CGY. If you want to find me on Instagram, it's AYKAYN, spelled AYKAYIEN. You can find all my socials there for my businesses, my studio, and
Yes, sir. Okay. It's your boy Money Making Marlo,
it's your boy Ken.
and I'm out.